On this week's episode of the Layover Live, I'm Jason Swick, VP of Digital Marketing. Thanks for joining us for episode 30 of the Layover Live. I'm clearly not Jason Swick. I'm Sandee Jordan, Director of Content Marketing here at Simpleview. Jason is on a well-deserved vacation. I'm going to hold down the fort for a couple weeks. We'll see how this goes.
Might take a spot, who knows?
Right, maybe. We never know. Sitting next to me is the man, the myth, the Canadian, digital media analyst, Grant Stoltz.
Ooh, I want an intro. Jason doesn't give me those intros, so Jason, Sandee's coming for you. We'll see.
Yeah, so the must-see article this week is one that you actually wrote.
Yep, from the horse's mouth itself.
Absolutely, on a topic that I think all of us are sick to death of hearing about,
yes.
Which is GDPR compliance.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since the deadline, and it's already gotten real, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think the article we sent out last week, it was talking about on Friday when GDPR, the deadline was, suits had already been filed.
Like the second
day of,
yes.
Against Google and Facebook specifically, totaling amounts of $8.8 billion.
Crazy.
Kind of crazy. So
their lawyer game is on point.
Absolutely. But we'll see. It might be a kind of a troll trying to skirt around the GDPR topics and trying to figure out where they can maybe get a quick win, make some headlines, and make a name for themselves.
Right.
But you have to imagine too that Facebook and Google are well prepared for situations like this and have a legal team backing them.
Yep.
There are a couple things that do raise some red flags of maybe that doesn't actually comply with GDPR in regards to Google and Facebook's terms of service.
Absolutely, and that's something that you put very well in your article. Usually when we think of GDPR, we're thinking like email marketing realm, right?
Right.
But there are some other digital marketing aspects that GDPR can affect, right?
Right. Exactly. So that's kind of the article that I wrote specifically was talking about digital marketing and GDPR because, like you said, so much of GDPR has been focused on how to properly obtain emails and also how to properly obtain consent for email marketing. But GDPR does cover a whole other aspect of anytime you're collecting any sort of data from European Union citizens. So I guess it goes without saying, first off, that we at Simpleview we are not a legal firm, we are not a law firm. So anything we say today should just be taken as a guiding, a guide in where you should ask your legal team, ask your other agencies what they're working on in regards to how to be GDPR compliant. That's the big thing there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess the big thing is that when you're collecting data, more than just emails, this is anything that when you're using Facebook ads, marketing automation, Google AdWords, anytime you're utilizing their pixels, anytime their technologies, event tracking, what have you, in order to gain information about a user, the punchline is you have to have consent from European Union citizens to be able to collect this data and utilize it. Now, Facebook and Google have their own terms of service that those users have agreed to, but if you are utilizing that data that you're collecting from which websites they visited, what pages they visited, items on the website they've clicked on, anything of that nature that can sort of build a profile for future marketing use, you have to obtain consent.
Absolutely.
That's the big thing there. And again, for European Union citizens, that's kind of where this lies in. But as I mentioned in the article, the hard part is it's kind of impossible to determine online who is a European Union citizen and who's not. Right? They could be anywhere. There's people in our department who are European Union citizens, and just by even them being on a U.S. connection, it's impossible to tell.
Like they're from the U.S.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of the big thing, is that making sure that you're aware of what your marketing efforts are taking place on your website, whether it's through you, through an agency, through us as well. Really, that's the idea there. You have to be aware of that and then also be at the same time gaining consent from the visitors of your site to engage in those activities. That's the punchline.
Right, absolutely. Well, if you want to check out Grant's article and a whole bunch of other really great content on digital marketing, head on over to the Layover. That link is in the description. But before you take off, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. If you want to see this great content every single time we put it out, go ahead and register for that as well. Thanks for joining us today, Grant.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll do this again all next week.
Appreciate it. See you guys.